Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Pulaski County is remembering the life of a man taken too soon after being run over on his way home. And lawmakers are preparing for a grueling legislative session, hoping to lower the state's income taxes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. It is now 5:30 and today is December 31st, 2024. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, Megan, we're less than 24 hours from 2025 and at least the temperature is more than 24 degrees.
That is true. That's something to look forward to this morning, and as you're heading into the afternoon, you can definitely expect those temperatures above 24 degrees. Let's take a look at those current temperatures right now outside of your door. And our lowest temperature that I can see is 34 degrees in Clintwood, but the warmest is 58 in Monticello. Definitely a big difference there, but definitely warmer than 24. Now, here are those forecast highs for today. And as you head into the afternoon, you can expect the mid-50s across eastern Kentucky, with more warmer temperature as you're heading more towards western Virginia. So definitely going to be a nice day, and it's going to be the last day that you see these temperatures this high. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar, though, as we do have some rain in our area. That'll continue to be moving through eastern Kentucky all day long. Not going to have much breaks from the rain, so an umbrella might be an accessory that you keep with you from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. And as you're going through the next 12 hours, here is the temperature trend. We'll see those temperatures warming up. We'll hit the high as you're heading into the early afternoon hours, and then see those temperatures drop as you're heading overnight. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. He just left his favorite restaurant and was walking home like he did many other times. But Sunday morning, a Pulaski County man was killed by simply walking across the street. Now we are learning more about Sherman Dick, who was a common customer at one fast food restaurant and was often seen going to church. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more.
It's like family here.
The inside of the South Somerset Wendy's will not be the same without seeing Sherman Dick.
He was a good man. He come through here every day, every morning, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. And he'd always get the single cheese, only mayo and tomato.
Shortly after breakfast Sunday, Dick was walking home when police say that he was hit by a car in the northbound lanes of 27. Police say he was in the crosswalk when he was hit. The investigation is ongoing, but as of now, they do not believe the driver of the car was impaired.
He was kind-hearted. Everybody loved him. And I took care of him. He was my life. Sherman's always been here. So it's kind of weird, you know, that we're not going to see Sherman anymore.
Even those that didn't know Sherman Dick knew of him, as they say that he was frequently seen walking up and down U.S. Highway 27, many times carrying a Bible or listening to loud Christian music. His family says he rarely missed a service at Denham Street Baptist Church.
I would take him to church every Sunday and every Wednesday, or whenever they had a special, I would take him to church. We took care of Sherman. Everybody liked him, and he always told me our boss is his best friend. So
police say Sherman Dick died of his injuries at the scene, but that numerous first responders rushed to his aid after the collision. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
We are told that the funeral services for Sherman Dick will likely take place on Friday at the Denham Street Baptist Church. Services are being handled by Southern Oaks Funeral Home. The Martin County Sheriff's Office hit the water early yesterday morning, searching for a missing man who they say was last seen running from deputies in the Warfield area. The Sheriff's Office, Martin County Emergency Management, and the Kermit Fire Department gathered at the Warfield boat dock, starting a swift water search for David Blevins Jr. of Johnson County. His family says he was last seen December 12th, the day before Sheriff John Kirk says he tried to make a traffic stop on a man matching his description, who abandoned his vehicle and ran toward the river. So first responders searched the river yesterday, saying they want to exhaust all resources to find him, but they hope someone in the community will come forward and share his whereabouts soon, hoping he never went into the water.
We've already been getting some tips of people saying that they saw him here and they saw him there, and that hasn't panned out at all.
you know, and it takes up valuable resources when these people do. If they don't know for sure, you know, it probably shouldn't be, because it takes valuable resources, and we spend our time trying to track those down.
Anyone with information should call the Sheriff's Department or 911. The visitation for a man killed by a London police officer was hosted last night in Corbin. Police say Douglas Harless pointed a gun at them while they were trying to serve a warrant, but we have seen discrepancies in this case. Harless lived at 511 Van Zandt Road. Dispatch audio says officers were serving a warrant at 489. We have filed open record requests to get body camera video and a copy of the search warrant. Harless was 63 years old. Police in Whitley County arrested a fugitive out of Georgia last weekend. Officers found Travis Morrow at a hotel on Highway 92 West in Williamsburg. He was wanted on felony probation charges out of Georgia. The original charge also involved methamphetamine. He is now in the Whitley County Jail. In Wolfe County, police say counterfeit money is being used in the Kentucky River Valley. In a Facebook post from the Wolfe County Sheriff's Office, it says they received some calls about businesses receiving movie money. The fake money will say for motion picture use only or in props we trust, but can still be mistaken for the equivalent of a real dollar. Police say they want business owners and community members to be aware of any cash exchanges. Heading into the new year, Gas Buddy expects prices to fall for a third straight year. Gas Buddy expects the national average for regular gas to fall to $3.22 a gallon. That's about 10 cents less than in 2024. Drivers in Kentucky are currently paying on average $2.73, and that is well below the national average. It is the quiet before the storm in Frankfort. Lawmakers return next week to begin the 2025 legislative session. Lowering the state income tax another 0.5% is considered the priority legislation for Republican leaders. Other topics expected to get attention are DEI legislation and dealing with Kentucky's housing issues. Many lawmakers in the U.S. are reacting to former President Jimmy Carter's death Sunday at the age of 100. Here's what Congressman Hal Rogers had to say, quote, "While our politics did not align, I always admired President Carter's fierce resolve to lead a peaceful nation and his joint mission with his wife, Rosalind, to aid Americans in need of affordable housing. My wife, Cynthia, and I join the American people in saluting the service of President Jimmy Carter." Congressman Andy Barr had this reaction about the former president's death. Quote, "President Jimmy Carter was a man of service, humility, and dedication to others. His impact on our nation and the world will not be forgotten. My prayers go out to his family as we honor his legacy." Governor Andy Beshear announced flags at all state buildings will be lowered to half staff in honor of the former president. The order will remain in effect until Tuesday, January 28th. And here is part of a statement from Governor Beshear, quote, "Jimmy Carter was a true American. He lived through his faith and values each and every day, lifting up his neighbors and serving our great country through kindness and compassion. Brittany and I are praying for the entire Carter family and our country as we mourn the loss of this American hero." It is an opportunity very few ever get in their lifetime. In 1997, a few Kentucky men got the chance to visit Jimmy Carter at his Georgia home. Mitchell Toll and Janton Barano and another photographer were there to sketch and film him for a project with Habitat for Humanity. Carter and the three men were together for hours. Toll says he learned a lot about the former president in that time.
He loves humanity the same way that I love my only grandson. There was something about his passion for people, his passion for the hurting, and he was also concerned with his own frail human inability to fix it.
When Carter and the men wrapped up their time together, the painting came to life. While many might only see a portrait of a former president, Toll and Barano said they saw a kind man with a lasting legacy. When we return, Jason Momoa is set to play in the new Supergirl movie, but instead of a hero from the deep sea, he plays a villain from deep space.
Do you have any New Year's Eve plans? I'll have the holiday forecast coming up.